Hello friends, I am Praveen Shinde. To get best KMPL from our vehicle, we should first know when we are getting the best possible KMPL. Let me clarify that the best possible KMPL we get when we operate the vehicle in top gear at the lowest speed. In top gear at the lowest speed we get the best possible KMPL. But in top gear, as the speed goes on increasing, air resistance increases with the square of the vehicle speed. Due to this, fuel consumption also increases proportionately. To clarify this, let us say at 40 km per hour speed, there is certain amount of air resistance and correspondingly certain amount of fuel consumption due to air resistance. But as this air resistance increases with the square of the vehicle speed, when the speed is doubled, that is instead of 40 km per hour, when you are operating the vehicle at 80 km per hour speed, this fuel consumption due to air resistance is 4 times. That is, when the speed is doubled, fuel consumption on account of air resistance is 4 times. If we increase the speed to 120 km per hour, that is in this case now, the speed is 3 times that of 40 km per hour. And therefore, fuel consumption is 9 times. Fuel consumption resistance is 9 times that of the fuel consumption at 40 km per hour. Therefore, there was considerable increase in the fuel consumption at high speed. With increasing speed, it goes on increasing. And therefore, there is a considerable drop in KMPL. For example, if we consider to understand this effect in a better way, we have taken one model car as purpose of illustration. Manufacturers claim 20 kmpl for this model car. If we test this model car at 48 kilometers per hour, that is almost the minimum speed in top gear, we get a KMPL of 33. Further, at 60 kilometers per hour speed, we get a KMPL of 28. That means below 60 kilometers per hour speed, that is, if we restrict our speed to 40 kilometers per hour, our KMPL is more than 28. Manufacturer is claiming only 20 kmpl, but below 60 kilometers per hour speed, we are getting KMPL of more than 28. This is almost 40% more than the claim made by the manufacturer. But at the same time, when the speed goes on increasing further, what happens? KMPL goes on dropping down. How much? Let us see now. when the speed is increased to 90 kilometers per hour, KMPL drops down to 18. When we consider the drop in KMPL from 28 to 18, it amounts to increase in the fuel consumption by more than 50%. That means it is very sensitive to speed. Further, if we increase the speed further to 120 kilometers per hour, KMPL further drops down. It reduces to 12. Now, if we consider the KMPL of 28 at 60 kilometers per hour, to drop in KMPL to 12, that is, the drop in KMPL from 28 to 12 amounts to more than 100%. It is almost more than 130% actually. So the important point to be borne in mind is that in the increase in speed, increase in the fuel consumption can be 50% or even 100% or even more than that. So keeping this thing in mind, you have to control your speed. It is for you to make some compromise to get better KMPL. Now, if I say that at a minimum speed in top gear, that is at 48 kilometers per hour, you are getting best KMPL. So you drive at 48 kilometers per hour, or for that matter, say at 50 or 55 kilometers per hour. Restrict your speed. But this will not be acceptable to the people, because nobody will like to drive the vehicle at such a low speed on highways. But at the same time, we cannot ignore the rise in the fuel consumption, rise in our fuel costs to the extent of 50% or 100%. We have to think very seriously about it. And considering this factor, we have to restrict our speed, and that decision you have to take, because other factors are also equally important. The purpose for which we are going, if there is an urgency, then probably you may think, it doesn't matter if I have to spend more. But in the normal circumstances, you have to definitely to consider how much you are ready to spend more. Normally what happens? Normally you are testing the KMPL by full tank to full tank method. In this full tank to full tank method, what we are doing? We are starting the vehicle from the position of rest. That is, we are starting with the vehicle speed equal to 0, and then go on increasing the speed to the maximum. Also, we are changing gears from first, then second, then third, then top. Also, there will be some brake applications in between. And we are getting the KMPL of average of all these conditions. We are seeing that KMPL keeps on changing under different conditions. In this video, we are restricting ourselves to only to top gear, say. And here is the main factor is the vehicle speed. Now we are seeing with the vehicle speed itself, one single factor, that KMPL can vary to the extent of increasing the fuel consumption by 50% or even 100% or even beyond that. So considering all these aspects, you have to take the decision how much where to restrict the speed. Lower the speed you fix up, you will get better KMPL. If you restrict it to say 90, you will get at least 18 kmph. If we go up to 120, then you will get only 12 kmph. So considering all these factors, you have to take your own decision. Normally what happens? In the, as I explained, in the full tank to full tank method, what we are getting the average KMPL. No doubt it as a final result. We ought to know what is our average KMPL overall. But for understanding how the KMPL changes in different conditions, this method is of no use to us. We have to measure KMPL exactly at the decided speed. Suppose we want to check what is our KMPL in top gear at 60 km per hour, we must drive the vehicle in top gear exactly at 60 km per hour. If there is any variation in speed, that is, if there is even slight acceleration or even slight slowdown of the vehicle, your KMPL figure will change drastically, considerably. It will change considerably. There will not be any accuracy in the KMPL measurement. So you have to bear this point in mind. Now, I told you about how the KMPL changes, what extent it changes. Normally, there is a normal tendency that people will not believe it unless they see with their own eyes. But once they confirm it by themselves, that yes, KMPL is changing to such an extent and our fuel cost goes up by 50% or 100%, if they confirm it by themselves, then they will be very, very sincere about it. I am telling you from my own experience. I train a number of people and observe them. And so, you have to bear this in mind. You get it yourself confirmed. If you just listen to this video, see this video, then you will just naturally forget about it after some time. But when you have checked it, verified it yourself, you will never forget it. It will always, because you are confident that it does changes. Somebody says something has no meaning. But when you confirm it yourself, you will definitely be sincere about it. And bear in mind, at a national level, when you are considering the fuel consumption, reduction in the fuel consumption by 10%, it amounts to several lakh crores. Several lakh crores, I am saying. It is going to affect our Indian economy, to improve our Indian economy to a considerable extent. So you are helping the nation. You have to help yourself, help you to reduce your costs. Now, how to confirm this? See, the older method, in the olden days, we used to measure the KMPL fuel consumption by fitting a test port. But in the standard conventional method, you get only average KMPL as I mentioned earlier, fuel tank to full tank method. Or even with the dashboard, same thing will happen unless you have got some special arrangement. Now the special arrangement is not very difficult, it is very simple. I will explain it to you in detail in some other video, so not now, subsequently. But you have to keep it in mind that you have to measure the KMPL exactly at a constant speed, without any deviation, without any acceleration, without any slowing down. Constant speed means constant speed. Then only you will get accurate reading. A number of times you repeat the experiment, you will get the same reading that indicates the accuracy. In the earlier method, we used to do it by fitting a test spot, but for measuring exactly at that speed, we are providing arrangement to switch over from fuel tank mode to test spot mode just by fitting two-way valves. Two two-way valves, one for the fuel supply line and one for the fuel return line. Two two-way valves we used to fit, and then only when you are operating at a particular speed, say 60 kilometers I want to test. So only that particular speed we used to switch it on to test spot mode, so that in this case the size of the test spot is also getting reduced. When the size is very small, then we can have measurement in cc. Otherwise, in conventional method, even with test spot method, we cannot have measurement in cc. It will be in liters. So that will not give you any accuracy. In fact, it will be impossible to measure KMPL at that particular speed. But by just this small modification, you can very well do it. But I will explain it in detail in subsequent video. At a later stage, not now. So, but fortunately for you now, all modern vehicles are equipped with the KMPL reading on the instrument panel. But here again, you have to be very careful to observe the KMPL at the constant speed, and that is the instantaneous KMPL. There is a provision in your vehicle, in the modern vehicles, to measure instantaneous KMPL. There is other provision also to measure trip KMPL. When you are, for getting a trip KMPL, we have to first mark the start of the trip, then you have to again mark the end of the trip, and it will give you trip KMPL. Also, once you mark the start of the trip, continuous monitoring of the KMPL, it is cumulative average KMPL, is displayed on your instrument panel. Don't get confused with this changing in KMPL. This KMPL that is being displayed is the average KMPL for the trip. There is separate provision of the instantaneous KMPL. So for recording, to find out what KMPL you are getting on your vehicle, you have to set for the instantaneous KMPL, drive the vehicle in decided gear and decided speed. That is, if you decide that you have to run the vehicle and you want to test the vehicle in top gear at 60 kilometers per hour or 80 kilometers per hour, maintain constant speed. That 60 means 60. And just take down the reading. It is sufficient to drive the vehicle at that constant speed only for 5 to 10 seconds. That's all. Once you are maintaining constant speed, KMPL reading shown on the instantaneous KMPL meter will also be constant. That is a sort of confirmatory test that you are maintaining constant speed. It is a question of only 5 to 10 seconds. Immediately, if you want to test at 80 kilometers what is your speed, you run the vehicle at 80 kilometers per hour speed, but ensure that you are maintaining constant speed. Take down the reading. Same thing you can do 100, 120, or if your vehicle is capable of going at a still higher speed, whatever may be the speed, you can just run the vehicle at a constant speed and note down the instantaneous KMPL reading. And that will clearly indicate how the KMPL varies with the increasing speed in top gear. Even if you want to check, some other conditions like in the lower gear what happens. You run the vehicle in that gear, whatever gear you want to test, in the lower gear at a certain speed. You maintain that constant speed, that is the primary condition, that's all. In that particular gear and that constant speed, you just run the vehicle and just within 5 to 10 seconds, you will come to know what is the KMPL. So you can verify the KMPL under different conditions of gear and speed on your vehicle. If you are provided, of course, your vehicle has got that facility of instantaneous KMPL. And most of the modern vehicles are provided with that. So you can verify it. And once you verify, and once you are 100% sure that really there is an increase in the fuel consumption to the extent of 50% or 100% of this such a magnitude, you will definitely conserve fuel. I am confident about it. The graph of KMPL, that is a drop in KMPL with the increasing speed of our model car, is shown in the graph. When you check your own vehicle, you will find that KMPL figures may be slightly different than what is shown for the model car. But that variation, that difference will be marginal. Important thing is that the pattern of the drop in KMPL will just remain the same. In fact, let me clarify that not only for the cars, but for any type of vehicle, whether it is right from the scooter, motorcycle, auto rickshaws, cars, minibuses, buses, trucks, multi-axle vehicles, tractor trailers, whatever may be the type of vehicle, the basic pattern of drop in KMPL with increase in speed will just remain the same. In the forthcoming videos, we will see what is the effect of operation in lower gears. We will also see in more detail about some of the controversial points like acceleration and moving of the gradient consumes more fuel, but it does not affect your trip KMPL. There is a drop in instantaneous KMPL, but it no way affects your trip KMPL. Also, we'll see some of the interesting points, like say natural retardation test. It is a very simple test which can help you to compare variation, find out the variation in KMPL under different conditions without any fuel measurement, without any fuel consumption measurement, and that too in just few minutes, that too accurately. It is very simple but very effective. It can help you You want to find out what is the percentage of air fuel consumption on account of air resistance, how much is the percentage on account of engine friction, and all such conditions, which by a conventional method it is very lengthy process or you have to do a lot of calculations. But here we will directly come to know very interesting subjects. And so many other interesting subjects, some controversial subjects, will clarify all in the forthcoming videos. Thank you for watching, and please keep subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon so that you will get a notification as soon as the videos are posted. Thank you once again for watching, and wish you best of luck for improvement in KMPL. Thank you.